We're at Urban Field where tonight Sheboygan North takes on Green Bay Southwest in Homecoming 2008. Hello everybody, my name is Mike Martin. Joining me is the coach Chris Wright. Chris, we had the opportunity to see Southwest over at South a couple of weeks ago. They look pretty good on offense.
Yes, they do, and they come in with an outstanding running back in Travis Bastine, 5th in the state in rushing. So that guy, he had like 300 yards in one game, he had like 250 against South. Very impressive number 32. Watch for him tonight.
If he's only 5th, I'd like to see the other 4 guys. Now, Sheboygan North really had their problems last week against Green Bay West. That's a game they should have won. What do they need to do tonight to give themselves a chance to beat Green Bay Southwest?
Remember what you did 2 weeks ago. That's what I would think. Last week they went up to West, 15-7 loss, minus 21 in rushing last week. Against Pulaski, they had a nice balance. They had a 100-yard rusher in Robert Gundrum. Last week, 21 yards minus in rushing. Second half, they did a lot of throwing the ball, and that didn't work too well. And with that, the offense struggled. So they got to really get that offense back to what you did 2 weeks ago, boys. And that starts with the offensive line.
Now, last night in college football, Oregon State, who's unranked, beat the #1 team in the nation. If you're Steve Brixton, do you mention that to your ball club tonight?
I would do something very similar like that. You know, every game is different. Whatever happened last week is over. You know, we got to think about tonight, and we have homecoming here. You know, and you got a great back there, and you got a nice guy in the name of Sam Mason as well who can do things. You know, think about what you did 2 weeks ago, and on every given night, you know, you can beat the #1 team in the country or just someone who's 1-3 in your conference.
Now, Southwest doesn't play great defense, Chris. They were susceptible to the passing game at South. Does North have the passing game to maybe make them vulnerable?
Yeah, that's a good question, Marty, because I thought about that the last couple days. You know, one thing that they did do is give up a lot of passing yards. But one thing that you'll watch Southwest, watch your linebackers tonight. They're going to blitz from different sides and different areas. And South did a very nice job, we saw 2 weeks ago, picking up those blitzes. If the North offensive line, I said, offensive line's got to do their job tonight, they're going to have to pick up those blitz coverages. And then you're going to have DVC make those players, Derek Van Callaghan, make those passes. And, you know, do that a little bit. But you got to mix the running with the pass, not just rely all on the passing game. And they tried to do that last week in the second half, and it wasn't very successful.
All right, with that, we're going to step out. And when we come back, we'll have the kickoff for tonight's homecoming football game.
Pop quiz for you. In what movie did I play a gang leader struggling in school? Who was my teacher? What did I learn in math class? Oh, and here's one about you. What did your kid learn in math class today?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
The United Church of Christ. No matter who you are or where you are in life's journey, you're welcome here.
If you're not helping after-school programs, you're really helping to take them away.
That wasn't very nice.
After-school programs, wouldn't you rather be helping?
Back at North High's Urban Field, and we're awaiting the kickoff. Sheboygan North comes into tonight's ball game 1-3, 1-2 in conference, and Green Bay Southwest has the exact same record. If you want to look for a big difference, it'd be in points scored. Green Bay Southwest has put a lot of points on the board. We had mentioned in the opening that their problem has been their defense. They've
101 points they've scored.
Okay, in 3 ball games, so actually 4 ball games, so they're averaging over 25 points a game, which is not a bad number. One thing that North does have is pretty good speed, Chris, and you know, if they stay in their lanes and not collapse on runs away from them, they might have a chance to cut off the running lanes for Bastine, but they're gonna have to have a lot of discipline on defense.
Absolutely, and that falls on basically Tanner Dockery played an outstanding game a couple weeks ago. He's averaging double-digit tackles. Ryan Eigenberger. I think the defense has really got a lot of good skilled players. I think it's strength of their ball club, but as I said, that offensive line for North's going to have to help a little bit.
Brendan Gundrum is the lone deep back for North. Up in front of him is Robert Strickler and Joe Bergerino. Number 25, Mason, is getting ready to kick off for Green Bay Southwest.
Well, Brendan Gundrum, we saw him a couple weeks ago. He's very explosive. There's that Mason kid. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. He's their all-everything. Kicker, kick returner, slot
strong
guy.
Leg too, you know, they're not, they'll go to the field goal with him.
Yeah, he kicked a 43-yarder.
Long kickoff is going to go into the end zone. Wow. I knew he had a strong leg, but that's pretty awesome.
No wind.
All right, with that, North will take it. First down and 10. Ball will be spotted on the 20.
You see a lot of different guys carrying the football for North. Bergerino, Anderson, and Brendan Gundrum. He's 11th in the league in rushing at 183 yards so far.
Derek Van Callaghan is at quarterback. Strickler in motion. Fake handoff to him. Callaghan had the ball looking. And now he's forced out of bounds. Boy, he had a lot of time, Chris, on the rollout, but couldn't get the ball thrown.
Well, it was a little play action and misdirection, and again, there was nobody open.
Yeah, loss of 3 on the play. And this is where they had problems last game, was rushing the ball. It's going to be second down and 13. Ball back to the 17-yard line. Crossing action, handoff goes to number 42, Gundrum, and he gets positive yardage. A gain of about 6. It's going to make a third down and 7.
Watch for number 81, Eric Lewis. He's their leading receiver.
Tight formation for a long third down play, Chris. Callaghan looking, firing the out pattern. Had his man open, but couldn't connect. The intended receiver was Joe Bergerino.
I'm going to say Lewis has got 9 catches and 2 TDs this year. Van Callaghan, as I said, throwing at about 51% on the year. Now he's down to about 50.
Back deep is Mason for Southwest. Kick is away, it's a nice one. Beautiful night here tonight. Fair catch is made by John Jamin for Green Bay Southwest, and they're going to get it in good field position.
Not the way you want to start if you're North. Just 55 seconds off the clock. Southwest, as Marty mentioned, gets good field position around the 44-45. There's Trevor Tagle, he's the defensive coordinator. As I said, a lot of good athletes on that defense.
Bastine, the deep back in this formation.
Don't let him get outside, boys.
Straight drop back, fire up the middle. Catch is the catch is not made, the pass is incomplete. Making that throw was Matt Bacon. Now Bacon started the last time we had these guys, Chris, and then number 10, Justin Malloy, came in. There you're going to see it just off his fingertips. Nice defensive play made out there by Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, Nate Bacon is, did I just call him Nate Bacon? That's his brother. Matt Bacon is 16 for 36 on the year, and Malloy is 9 for 17.
Mason in motion. Handoff to Bastine. He's hit in the backfield and knocked down. Good defensive play by North. A lot of penetration.
Thank you very much. Let him go up the middle. Like I said, contain that guy. When he gets outside, he's tough to stop.
Loss of 1 makes it 3rd down and 11.
Well, these clapper things are going to drive us nuts.
Bacon back, firing up.
Stengel.
Oh, he had it, and couldn't come up with it. Good try by Connor Stengel.
That should have been 6 the other way, Marty.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Chris. Boy, he had a great shot at it.
Got to make plays, different type plays. Here you
Watch
see
this,
it.
right in his hands. Whoop. Bacon throws a hard ball, Chris.
I mentioned 2 weeks ago he plays a little baseball.
Kick is away, not a real good one, but it takes a friendly bounce. And the North return man couldn't make a play on it. That was Joe Bergerino. And Southwest has North pinned back inside the 15-yard line.
Well,
1st and 10, North at about the 12-yard line, I guess.
North had the ball for 55 seconds and Southwest for a minute.
Time of possession, not a factor. And Callaghan under center. Bergerino, one of the backs. And Callaghan on a keeper struggles forward for a nice gain. A little fake handoff, and then he kept it. Pick up a 8. Well, they're showing a little life in the running game, Chris. Second down and 2. The wide out to the right is Eric Lewis, number 81. Second back through is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Robert Anderson, number 34.
And there's our boy, number 54, Jordan H, as we call him.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about him. And we still haven't learned how to...
Haltaufderheid, Pam Shantz, if you're listening.
Altfelder. Well, we'll have to catch one of the coaches and catch the correct pronunciation. 3rd down and 2. Good stop that time by Southwest. Van Callaghan looking, and he's going to get sacked back at about the 15-yard line, so a loss on the play.
Well, that time they sent Jordan H, and again, the offensive line didn't hold their ground there, and DVC had no chance.
Loss of 6 on that play. It's going to make it 4th down.
Rios' last punt went 32 yards, Marty.
Good snap, and the kick is away. Takes a good bounce.
Fumble!
Damon almost lost it, but is able to recover his own fumble on the 50-yard line. Ooh, that would have been nice. 1st and 10 Trojans. There you're going to see it. Pretty good kick and a great bounce. And then Jamin had a chance at it, but fumbled it. 1st and 10, Southwest. Bastine, the deep back. Handoff to the first back through.
Wow.
And the pile moves a good 6-7 yards on that play.
That's an understatement. Pile.
Really.
That was just one big lump.
Didn't catch the number of that running back, but it was a good gain. 2nd down and 5.
Number 74, Levi McGray up there. 240-pounder.
Pitch out to Bastine. He's going to try to get to the corner. He does. Bounces outside before he's knocked down at about the 31.
Good job by Lee Rios pursuing there. Not giving up on the play, but way too much of a gainer there, Marty.
Yeah, that was Steinfeld on the carry before, Chris. And there you see Bastine. Watch how smooth he is. Just bounces right to the outside. And he's finally taken down. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line. Pickup of 13 yards that time.
Now, can't let that young man get outside.
And at South, he was getting the yardage he had in chunks.
Yeah, he's averaging 264 yards a game and he has 9 touchdowns.
Heading right to the outside. Got by 1 tackler. Gets by another 2 tacklers. And a flag comes in at the end of the play. He's finally knocked down inside the 20-yard line.
That's just way too many yards. That's just way too many. I mean,
it's like they get their hands on him, but it's like he's got grease on his jersey, and they just slip right off.
I mean, they might get a penalty here on Southwest, but by golly, I mean, you can't be satisfied 12 yards downfield. But you made the play there.
That's 15 yards downfield.
I know, but before he was even like slowed down.
They move it back to about the 28.
Called illegal use of the hands. Or pushing the back maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6. Southwest, no score. We're 6:50 mark of the first quarter. Bacon, fake handoff, dropping back, looking, and he's gonna get hit and sacked at the 38-yard line.
Levi McGray. We just talked about that young man. He just came right up the middle. Great play action there by Bacon, but held on to the ball a little too long. And McGray was there to push him back.
Ball back to the 37.
I think he's shocked that he was that open there.
A loss of 9 on that play, Chris. It's going to be 3rd down and 15.
Good way to get rid of Travis Bastine is to...
Whoa! Way over his head. We saw this last week. Bacon falls on. No, he doesn't. North has it. At about the 40-yard line. That recovery was made by number 82, Duncan Jochimson. He's a Lincoln Erdman kid. I remember Jochim.
Wow. What a break. 2 big plays by Southwest in the wrong direction, and here you see it.
Well, North has it at the 42-yard line. I tell you, that was a huge
A.J.
loss.
Conrad got the fumble, Marty.
Okay, Conrad.
They
Ball on the 42.
Got to get something here now.
Fake by Van Callaghan. He gets a little bit of blocking. He gets to the outside.
Run.
And he's hit and dropped. He picks up about 4. Making the stop for Southwest was Cody Jones. There you see Trevor Tagle talking to the defense, getting them squared away. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Van Callaghan back, looking.
Jordan H.
Yeah, I tell you, he had a chance. If he'd have taken off right away, he'd have gained some yardage, but he kept looking for his receivers and couldn't find anyone. Wound up getting hit for a loss. A 1. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. You know, they talk about inexperienced quarterbacks having happy feet. That's what I see Derek having.
Well, he's running for his life.
Well, if that's going to be the case, then just run with it.
Yeah.
Bergerino on the carry, gets it down to about the 36-yard line. Doesn't gain much, make it to 37.
Yeah, the Gundrum too. 2nd down, you could have run there too. You had nice short yardage there. And
it's going to be 4th down and about 5 yards. North going for it. Bergerino, the setback. The reverse, need a block. Van Callaghan ran into Steinfeld, but he just bottled up the play in the backfield. Good defensive play by Andy Steinfeld, number 40.
Robert Strickler on the run, but nowhere to go. And they could not take advantage of the turnover, Marty.
Nope, that hurt.
And Southwest now has pretty good field position at the 39.
First and 10 for the Trojans. Bacon at quarterback. Mason a wide out to the left, second back through, and a couple of missed tackles. Oh man, you're right, Chris. I mean, they could have had him at the line of scrimmage or a couple yards downfield. Instead, he picks up close to 15 yards.
Did a real nice job of sliding off the block there of number 75, Nick Chang, but then he just basically did that on his own, like you said, Marty.
14-yard pickup for Bastine. First and 10, ball spotted on the 47-yard line of North.
I don't know why they throw the ball.
A man in motion, quick pitch to Bastine. Cuts it back upfield and picks up about 8 more. Down to the 39-yard line.
I'd let him carry the ball 40 times, Marty.
That would be pretty good strategy, Chris. You could be an offensive coordinator with that kind of strategy. All you'd need is a running back like him every year. Remember that kid from West a few years ago? And I thought their head coach at the time really did a good job of getting him the ball in various ways. Bacon, hard throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was Carl Shelton. Have you had enough of the noisemakers yet?
I've had plenty.
I wonder how our fans like it.
I just thinking, hearing how they clamp, you know, what it was like when they first brought them, like Anaheim Angels.
The rally sticks, is that what they call them?
Yeah, the Thunder Sticks.
Thunder Sticks.
They had them at Anaheim when they won the World Series a few years ago.
Second back through is Bastine. Slips by a couple tacklers, gets through the outside, and he's got another big gainer down near the 20-yard line. Oh, man. You know what amazes me about him, Chris, is he's so smooth.
Yeah.
He just...
You know, he's not running behind a humongous line here, just a very good FRVC, it's not even FRCC line, but look at him do his work here.
There's 5, there's
got the
10,
hole.
There's 15, and there's about 20. First and 10, ball spotted on the 19-yard line. Give it to the first back through. He's hammered down after a nice gain.
That's Steinfeld.
Yeah, Steinfeld, number 40. Good defensive player, too. Made that nice play. Second down for Southwest. Pickup of 5 yards by Steinfeld. Well, Southwest stopped North, and now they are just on the move. North could really use another turnover. Give it to Bastine off left tackle. Slips by 2 tacklers, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Again, North had opportunities, but they're not making the play. Pick up a 10. It's going to be first and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line. Shelton is a wide out on the left side. Give it off to the first back through, Steinfeld, and he's in for the touchdown. Too easy, Chris. Way too easy. Well, they had their shot. North did, but they were not able to capitalize. Mason is going to attempt the extra point. Doing the holding is Matt Bacon. Kick is good. With 1:48 remaining in the first quarter, Southwest on top, 7-0.
After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
People with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people without diabetes, and many who survive are severely disabled.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
Back at Urban Field, where Sheboygan North is getting ready to receive the kickoff from Sam Mason. Southwest North originally got the ball on the 50, or inside the 50 at the 39, with an opportunity to march it down, only 39 yards away from pay dirt, but off a bad snap and a fumble by Bacon. But North not able to capitalize, and Southwest came right back and drove it down the field for a touchdown. That was a 7-play drive. Kick is long. Gundrum takes it in the end zone about 5-6 yards deep, and in high school football, anytime it goes back in the end zone, it's a touchback.
That's a nice weapon.
Really.
I just
talk about, having the other team battling from deep in their own territory each time.
Heartland Arrowhead, ranked number 1 in the state. They have a kicker. He just signed a scholarship this week with USC. Or last week, I mean. That is incredible.
Bastine has 53 yards and 6 carries, according to my statistics.
How many yards? I'm sorry?
53 and only 6 carries. Van Callaghan under center. Stricker in motion. Give it to fullback up the middle, but little yardage gain there. I believe that was Anderson on the carry. Picks up a yard. Makes it 2nd down and 9. North has got some pretty big boys up front, Chris. They're just going to have to hit somebody a little better, stick with their blocks. Second back through is hammered right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Ooh, that was a big collision. That was Robert Strickler on the carry, and he got absolutely nothing. Well, I take that back. We're going to give him a yard.
You're nice. You're always generous.
I try to be. 3rd down and 8.
I was just going to say, Marty, under a minute in the first quarter.
Yep, running down, 40 seconds and counting. Then Callaghan dropped the ball but picked it up, and they got a screen set up here to the left, and he's got room to run.
Great play call.
Yeah, Anderson on the catch, I believe. Robert Anderson, number 34. But they came hard, Southwest did, and got burned with the screen pass. First and 10, North.
Something we saw them a couple weeks ago. Southwest, we know they come with their blitzes here. You'll see it set up very, very well. Just the way it's drawn up on the board, Coach Brixon. And something they can probably use again. Hopefully they'll freeze the linebackers a little bit.
Hand off to Gundrum. He slips by a couple of tacklers, and he's finally dragged down. If they don't get him there, Chris, he's gone. Gundrum on a nice run, and the clock is going to run out. There you see it. Saving tackle made, and that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1 quarter of play, there you see it. Green Bay Southwest up 7-0.
Dudley, spit out the toothpaste. That was the first time you brushed your teeth.
And I brush twice a day, every day.
Oh, here's that nice dentist, Dr. Benchley.
Yep, he showed me how to floss.
Why are your teeth blue?
I use my mouth guard whenever I play sports to protect my smile.
And visit the dentist regularly.
Remember, brush twice a day and floss once a day.
Parents, there's something you can do to protect your kids from drugs and alcohol. Combine ground beef with egg, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, and spices. Bake in an oven-safe pan at 350 for 50 minutes. Serve hot.
This is Jamie Lee Curtis. Children who eat dinner with their families are less likely to smoke, drink, or use drugs. So, have dinner together every day.
Delicious.
Third down and 1. First back through is, no, I take that back. Van Callaghan, I believe, kept it on a keeper. He faked to Anderson, and then Van Callaghan kept it and got it up the 1 yard needed for the first down for North.
Anderson should have got it, Marty. Nobody even looked at him. 2 positives the end of the first quarter there, Marty. 2 nice offensive plays, the screen pass there, and then the nice little run. There you see those. There's Hobie there, clomping away.
First and 10, North on the 45-yard line. Strickler in motion. Fake handoff. Van Callaghan looking, he had time. Passes way over the head of the intended receiver. And number 88 is not in our program.
Well, he threw that one into a host of white shirts too.
Second down and 10. Yeah, that receiver was definitely covered up. Second down and 10. Tight formation by North. Blitz is on. Pass is complete. I believe the receiver was
Eric Lewis.
Number 81, Eric Lewis. Call, Chris.
10th catch. I like that play. That's just a nice quick hitter. Don't need to really have a lot of time to protect there. Just have your little tight end do a nice little curl. Another one of those old-fashioned plays you don't see very often anymore. We mentioned a couple weeks ago on the air, the old out play is gone, and the nice simple curl play, that's very effective. Sets up an easy chance for a first down.
Handoff for Gundrum, he's got it. Barrels forward, but he's hit hard, short of the first down. Wow, what a hit out there by Green Bay Southwest.
I think that's Ben Arvies there.
Watch this. Boom!
Wow, you don't see plays. Normally it goes the other way.
Yeah, you don't see hitting like that too often, but that's why we like football.
Coach Brixon, good decision here.
North is gonna call a timeout. They do, with 10:26 remaining in the first half. Southwest on top 7-0. All right, we're back. North still in the timeout. And Chris, I'm not sure if I'd have him go for it here out at near midfield.
I'd go. 88 is Jake Stengel.
All righty, good job.
Josh Pantel is 64, Marty. So we got those guys in there. Hopefully, just want to get their names. Chance to play. 64 is out there.
Who's 64?
Josh Pantel, he's playing a little guard out there. They're going to punt, Marty.
I know you don't agree with it, but I like this play. Of course, maybe they're going to fake it.
Well, there's nobody back for Southwest. I like the pin play, too, but now they start sending. Well, now you might as well. There's the fake, and here's the pass.
Long pass. There's going to be pass interference on Green Bay Southwest, making the contact with the intended receiver, Ryan Eigenberger, was Lucas Caters. Caters on the pass interference.
Tommy Ross with the throw.
Showing a good arm. That's almost like applying for a job on the baseball team, huh? All right.
2 baseball players there, Ike and Tommy.
Okay, it's going to be 1st and 10 North. Big penalty on the play. Ball moved down to the 31-yard line. That's a 15-yard penalty in high school football. Van Callaghan under center. Fake handoff. He's got it yet. The left-hander looking. Now he's got it on the outside. There's a little fake. Goes to the outside. Nice move. Cutting it back. Still on his feet. Down inside the 10-yard line. Inside the 5-yard line near the end zone. Van Callaghan.
Alex Paulp, you look bad, number 5. Good move there by DVC. Seen some nice positive things on this drive. Here you see DVC just jukes him, and another guy overruns him.
Ball on the 2. That's a 29-yard pickup by Van Callaghan.
Saw his parents before the game. They said say nothing but positive things about DVC tonight. We'll try.
Anderson and Gundrum, the backs. Give it to Gundrum. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage and pulled back. Might even been a little bit in the backfield. Absolutely nothing up front there in terms of blocking. Got to do a better job. You're down there. Now let's get it in the end zone. Give him a no gainer on that. Ball still on the 2-yard line. Strickler is the wing right. Anderson and Gundrum the backs. Fake handoff to Anderson. Van Callaghan rolling. Still rolling. Trying to get some running room, but didn't have much, and he's going to get hit for a loss, Chris, I believe. Back to near the 5-yard line, so it's a loss of 3. There you see it. Good hustle out there by the Southwest linebacker, Mitch Chester. Yeah, you hate that when this happens. You know, it all started with that first down play, Chris. You got to get something up the middle. Even if you don't get it in, at least push them back a yard.
See if you get you're 2 down territory here. Option
Van Callaghan. Probably a good decision, but Southwest did a good job of reacting to the option play. 4th down. Now what do you do, Chris?
Go. Or take points. Yeah, I agree. I would have, when the ball's on the 2, even quarterbacks sneak it twice, just do something positive forward. Because those linebackers, and they over pursue a little bit.
Out there kicking for North. Zhang. His kick is up and good. Ty Zhang on the field goal. And North is on the board with 7:34 remaining until halftime. It's Southwest 7, North 3.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, buns.
And CDs.
Way to go.
Get it
Flattering,
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Score a touchdown. Chris, I don't have any complaints with the play calling. It's just the offensive line has got to do better down there. I mean, you just got to get off the ball and push them.
Get a little.
Very short kick taken at the 30. Boom! And knocked down outside the 40.
Well, I don't think they wanted Mason to return it, but you got a little farther than that.
On the return for Southwest was Andy Rosnowski. Gotta like that name.
Yeah, congratulations to Craig Walters and Barbie Klein, the girls North-South golf team. Finished second in conference today behind a very, very strong Notre Dame team. They had 5 girls get honorable mention or all-conference play. Congratulations to the golf team.
Mason in motion. Bacon on a pitch out to Bastine. Again, he's through the line on the outside, down the sideline. He's going to go all the way for a 57-yard touchdown run. Man alive, that was way too easy.
Don't let him get outside.
Where have we heard that?
I don't care if you stick your corners, your ends, or anything, just force him in. But if he gets out there, look out.
Let's see where, I mean, there may have been some absolutely great blocking out on the wing. There probably was, but man, to let him go 57 yards, I mean, just too easy. Mason's extra point is good with 7:18 remaining until halftime now. It's Southwest 14, North 3. Gary, can you cue up that touchdown run again? We'll see what went wrong, or if you're a Southwest fan, what went right. You know what it reminded me on that run? That green guy that played for the Packers. There it is, watch the blocking on the outside. Yeah, they just filled a little too hard on that side, I thought. He really didn't take it on the outside. I mean, he took it off tackle initially. And then
yeah, got to that little lane there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him so good is he's so fast. You know, he spots a little bit of an opening, and all of a sudden he's through it. Kind of reminds me of Gail Sayers, too.
Gail Sayers, the Kansas Comet.
Hey, now you're bringing back old memories. You're not that old, are you?
Just a sports
guru.
Worthless knowledge.
Only if you're a wife.
Well, North had the ball for almost 7 minutes, and they got a 3-point field goal, and they get it for 16 seconds, and
that's 7.
Yeah, disappointing. Got to come bounce right back here. Watch this leg.
Kickoff is not going in the end zone, taken at the 5-yard line by Gundrum, and he's hit and dropped at the 20.
You know something, Marty? Those Southwest guys tackle. That's a couple big stops, and you know they don't let them go through their fingertips and things like that. They hit them hard.
No, you know, and the difference is they're hitting it with their shoulder pads. You know, those aren't arm tackles. All right, 1st and 10 for North. Ball at the 20.
I guess their couple of coaches, Chris Grayson, who used to play for the Badgers, and Bryce Paulp, they could probably teach a little bit about tackling.
Well, inside handoff. That was Anderson on the carry. Not much. Did pick up some positive yardage. Like maybe one. We'll give him one. 2nd down and 9. You know, you said something earlier that I thought was good, and that is, you know, you can't just give up on the running game, and they're not. You know, they're trying to pound the ball. Oh, we had a pulling guard, Taylor Coulter, but he pulled a little too soon. Penalty on North. It's very few penalties. We had the pass interference on Southwest, and now this one on North. Okay, 2nd down and 16.
No, 14.
14, pardon me.
Ball on the 16, but
pardon me. Yeah, ball's on the 16. I knew that.
2nd and long, not what you really want. Not what you want.
Stengel is the wide out to the left. And Callaghan, a quick shot to him, and he can't hang on. Not a good pass, but certainly catchable. It's going to make it 3rd down. Well, I like the idea, you know, get the ball out there quick, let them do a little something after the catch.
Well, now each of the brothers have dropped a ball tonight.
You know what I don't think is they're going to go toe-to-toe and push Southwest off the line. They're going to have to do some trickery, the screens and the quick outs. And
yeah.
Maybe a sweep will go here and there. Van Callaghan looking, slips through, throws. He had an open receiver, but couldn't get the ball to Eric Lewis, who was wide open at the 35-yard line. That would have been a first down play.
Yep, he slipped his feet too, and going to send out the third punt of the half for the Golden Raiders here on Homecoming 2008.
Good job of stepping up. And he had an opening. I don't think he was pressured all that much. But anyway, punt upcoming.
Field position is going to be good here for Southwest again.
Jamin, one of the deep backs, ball is almost blocked. Gets a good one taken at the 46. Jamin getting to the outside and can't spin away from that tackle. Making the stop for North was Tommy Nonweiler. Stop, Tommy. 1st and 10, Southwest, and again they have a great field position at the North 44-yard line. There you're going to see it. Pretty good blocking out there, but then Nonweiler makes a good tackle. Mason a wide out to the right.
Big defensive stand for North right here. Can't allow any more touchdowns before the half.
Bastine going right up the middle. North up to the task that time. Held him to about a 3 or a 4 yard gain.
Tanner Dockery right there. Was it him? I think it was him or Jakobsen again.
Second down and 8. Bacon on a draw play to Bastine, slips by one tackler, slips by another, and then lunges forward near the 35-yard line. Mark it at the 38, pick up a 4.
Well,
63 yards in the quarter, Chris, to go along with 53 in the first quarter. He has 117 yards.
I was going to say, Marty, you said it. He just keeps slipping through tackles.
3rd down and 4.
There's that sneak.
And Bacon gets it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Yep. Just a quick hitter. I like that play.
$116 yards in the first half, Chris, for him. Bastine, that is. Well, just outside the 30, we'll call it the 30. Jamin is a wide out to the right. He goes in motion. Hand off to Bastine. Hit near the line of scrimmage, doesn't get much, but he is getting positive yardage each time he touches the ball. Clock running under, just rolled under 4 minutes left in the half. It's 14-3 Southwest. Ball on the 28-yard line, a pickup of 2. They could use a big play here, Chris.
Yep. Penalty. Another stop here. You know, something.
Going to the shotgun.
Force another long situation for. There you see some of the North. There's the Hummages.
Oh yeah. They decided to come here instead of out to Kohler. Bacon rolling. He's got time. Fires to an open receiver. Jamin coming back for the ball, but the pass was actually out of bounds. First pass attempt in the quarter by Southwest. Of course, it's only about the 6th offensive play. Their first possession was a one-play 57-yard run by Bastine. That one hurt because the play prior to that, or 2 plays prior to that, North had kicked a field goal that closed to within 7-3.
How many pass attempts do they have?
They have 4 pass attempts in the ball game with no completions. Steinfeld in motion. Bastine the lone setback.
It's 4 too many.
Bacon. Flag comes out right away. Bacon looking downfield. Pass is intercepted by Eichenberger. Nice catch. Now let's check out the flag.
Illegal motion, I believe, on, no, illegal shift on Southwest. Turnover, just what they needed, Marty.
Well, North is going to get it back deep in their own territory, but like you said, they prevented Southwest from getting points. 1st and 10 North, ball spotted on the 6-yard line. Again, you need that offensive line to get a push, Chris. You know, I don't know that they're going to march at 94 yards and 3:18, but there ain't out loud. There you see those yellow noisemakers.
What?
Van Callaghan on a quick pitch to Bergerino, and he gets knocked down near the 5-yard line. Second down, no gain on that play. Clock running, 3 minutes now. You know, Chris, if you're Southwest, you might want to think about using a timeout or two and, you know, get the ball back in good field position.
I think a lot of this one here, if you're going to pass an incompletion, they're going to stop it for you.
Van Callaghan throws it on an out pattern. Nice leaping grab made.
Let's watch the Southwest sidelines. I'd call timeout here.
Well, I didn't catch the number of that kid that made the catch, Chris. I think it was Strickler.
Yep.
Van Callaghan to Strickler. Nice catch. Second completion of the quarter by DVC, and that was about a 6-yard play. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Clock running, 2:14. And Callaghan rolling, looking. He's got a receiver out here, but overthrows him by a lot. Gundrum was the intended receiver, but that pass wasn't even close. Well, yikes. 4th down.
Once again, field position, field position, field position, field position. It's been played on the north end the whole time, meaning the north.
Which sometimes it's on the south side of the field.
Yeah.
In the second quarter. Mason calling for the fair catch at about the 48 or 47-yard line. But with 1:54 remaining, Southwest has a chance.
Well,
making the nice punt there for North was Lee Rios. Hey, they put it on the, well, geez, kind of in between. We'll call it the 48.
Plenty of time with 3 timeouts.
Bastine the lone setback. Mason in motion. He hasn't touched the ball much so far on offense. Bastine trying to bounce it to the outside. He does, and gets it down just outside the 40-yard line. Clock rolling. Make it the 41-yard line, or 42. Pick up a 6. Second down and 4. Pass over the middle is complete to Mason. Can't slip away. Nice tackle made out there by Sheboygan North's Christian Gonzalez. But first completion of the night, Chris, and a bad time for it if you're a North fan.
Yeah, and timeout. Timeout.
First and 10 Southwest, and Chris called it timeout with 1:15 remaining. Let's keep it here, Kerry. Well, you know, Southwest hasn't shown really anything in the passing game until right there. If you're Bryce Pop, what do? You know, do you continue to throw the ball? Or
I don't. I'm running the ball. Let's see, you got
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts left, and you got.
According to that, they got 3 timeouts.
Well, they
left.
didn't take it off the board yet, but
Okay.
just gonna say that I'd run the ball. It was averaging 20 yards a carry, 15 yards a carry.
That was a 16-yard completion, by the way.
Once again, you got to get a stop here. We can't allow any touchdowns, but as I mentioned before, Mason already this season has kicked a 43-yarder.
I was going to say they're in field goal range now almost.
And so
Bastine is out there. Wide receiver to the right is Shelton. The up back is Andy Steinfeld, number 40. And he gets the ball and gets it down to near the 20-yard line.
You know, I don't know if, I mean, that's a nice play, but if I'm Southwest, I mean, I want the quick hitter or the quick score. And, you know, the fullback, Steinfeld, is not known for one of those guys that's going to run off 22 yards on a play there.
Pick up a 5, 2nd down and 5.
They're going to go.
Bastine the deep back. Just fake to him. They got a wide receiver, Jamin, out on an out pattern, and he can't make the catch. A great move. Went to the inside and then cut it back outside, and Connor Stengel, there was no way. Oh, boy.
You got to retreat.
He bid on the in move and got burned by it, but luckily the pass was overthrown.
Yeah, you got to retreat. Back, and he
3rd
froze,
5.
and he was in trouble.
There's 42.7 seconds remaining. Matt Bacon at the controls for Southwest. Mason the slot on the left side. Shelton the wide receiver. Bastine gets it off left tackle, gets through the hole, and he's knocked down on a great tackle.
Tanner
Dockery. Well, they got the 1st down, though, I believe. Looks like they're going to spot it at 1st down yardage.
I don't know.
They're calling an official timeout to do a measurement.
I say short, Marty.
I think if they're short, they're going to go for it on 4th down anyway. Won't matter. And then they'll have to use up. They do have two timeouts remaining. Southwest does.
I thought they called timeout before this.
Just short. Yeah, but you said they hadn't taken it off the board, and there was 3 up there, so now there's 2. I think it's right.
Yep. Because I thought for sure that Southwest called timeout right away here, but they might give it because they're asking for a measurement.
And now,
now the
official is signaling timeout. Timeout, Green Bay Southwest. That'll be their 2nd timeout of this drive, for that matter. And they still have 1 remaining, so I believe they're going to go for it, Chris. And they got the timeout left if they want to go for a field goal, later in the drive.
Well, they have if they get the 1st down, which is the first if, they then the clock will stop automatically. Then they can either line up and spike it, and then set up a couple plays in case you want to go for your field goal, but you want to try to save the timeout.
Trevor Tagle, the defensive coordinator for the Golden Raiders, talking to the troops.
I'm telling my boys, don't, assume that they're going to just
quarterback
sneak it. Don't let a wide receiver all of a sudden end up open in the end zone or something like that for a quick hitter, and then just deflate your ball club.
All right, Shelton is a wide receiver way out to the right. Mason wide left. And Bacon on a quarterback sneak, a scrum. He picks up more than enough.
Seinfeld can push the quarterback on the back there.
He just did.
Yep. Now they're going to probably spike it as soon as they put it in play, or they have a play called already. They do.
Ball on the 13-yard line. Bacon looking.
Touchdown.
Gets hit as he throws, and the catch is made in the end zone. Touchdown. Green Bay Southwest. I believe that was Andy Steinfeld on the catch.
There wasn't just
40.
1, but there was 2 Southwest receivers wide open in the end zone. Seinfeld was the one I saw, and the one on the left that I saw, I believe.
We'll get it later. Here we go.
There's 2 wide open guys. Look at over them. Oh.
Well, Bacon made a nice throw, Chris. He was under some pressure as he released it. Extra point is up and good with 23.3 seconds remaining until halftime. Southwest has opened up a 21-3 lead. North High fans showing a lot of concern. Well, North made a good stop on the previous drive with an interception down near the goal line by Ryan Eichenberger. The offense was not able to mount any sort of drive. It was a 3-and-out. And Southwest, Chris, got to give Bryce Pop a lot of credit. He, time management was excellent.
Minute 54 and what, 47 yards, did you say? How many, 48 yards?
Got it at the 48, so I believe it was a 52-yard drive. Or no, 48-yard drive. They caught it on the north side.
Field position, definitely been a
factor, yeah, right.
Major role in the ball game so far, and this young man here is somewhat responsible. You kind of lose that in a, box score, as they say. He's got a couple, 3 touchbacks and 1 deep one, or 2 touchbacks and 1. Interesting.
Squib kick. Whoa, Lewis takes it, recovered it on about the 25, 26-yard line. North will have it 1st and 10. Ball on the 27, I believe it is.
The halftime speech is going to be about a lot of heart, I think. What do you got left in the second half? Gonna pack it in, or are you gonna show some life?
4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Van Callaghan under center. There's a draw play, and his running back is knocked down near the 25-yard line. There's a fumble, and Southwest recovered it. I thought that the ball was fumbled. Anderson on the fumble. And Robert not happy about that.
Well, what's really bad is that we were mentioning before about Sam Mason, and they're going to run a play here, call timeout, and they're going to try to tack on 3 more.
There's 12 seconds remaining in the half. Ball is spotted on the 26-yard line.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
Wide receiver Jamin is the slot receiver on the right. They look for him. Ball is over his head. Pass is incomplete. Rios on the coverage.
Oh, they're going to have to kick it right now.
Second down and 10.
I don't think they can get it. Well, that was, what, a 2-second play?
Yeah.
5 seconds, because I had them at 12 seconds. So.
Right. And they do have a timeout, so if they make a catch in the middle of the field, they can get the timeout and get the kicking team on.
Yeah. It's going to have to be just like 2 yards and a quick timeout.
I think they have to throw it. They can't run.
It's going to take too much time.
Over the middle. Mason attempt at the catch is incomplete, a little bit behind him. Now there's 2.4 seconds remaining, and in comes the field goal team.
Why doesn't Southwest, instead of freaking out and running on the field, call timeout so you get everybody set?
Because they don't want to freeze their own kicker.
Well, this will be 40, see?
33. North calls a timeout. They're going to freeze them. Chris doesn't like that call.
Well, like I said, they're running out there.
Let them run out there, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, now they can get set up. He's going to try a 43-yarder.
I do remember being at a North game. This is, maybe 15 years ago, and the clock is running down. It's the end of the game. The team is the visiting team from Green Bay. I don't remember which Green Bay school. Are scrambling to get their guys out to set up for a field goal attempt. They have, probably inside the 10-yard line. And there was no way they're going to beat the clock. But North calls timeout to set up the defense.
I think I did that with you.
They call timeout to set up the defense. And I think this is before I even was announcing.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, no. You had the game. Well, here we go. 21-3. North down. Kick is up. It's long enough. And nope, it wasn't quite long enough. It fell just short. And we're at halftime with Green Bay Southwest up 21-3.
Ewa.
Rita. Apa? Pa.
Mir. Shanti. Yep, Changyok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fe.
around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Nuclear weapons materials stored in laboratories and other facilities, some protected by just a chain-link fence. Terrorists are trying to steal these materials to make a nuclear bomb and attack us here. We need to stop them at the source by locking down the materials. There is something you can do to protect America. Visit saferworld.org. Be part of stopping a catastrophe before it happens.
Here's North. At Urban Field over at North High School, where Green Bay Southwest leads 21-3. In tonight's paper, if you read on the editorial page, there was a nice editorial about Sheboygan North's football program, and Steve Brixon and his coaching staff in particular, and the work they did for Clarissa Fries, who is at Children's Hospital suffering from lupus and HLH. And there were about 100 players came to this brat fry and ate, I think it was over 600 brats, and they ate up the house and had a good time. And that was just a really nice editorial about North and their program. It's more about just winning and losing football games. It's about giving to the community, and Steve Brixon is a particular note in the editorial and the work that he did.
I know that sometimes a lot of programs, I know, just working with the staffs here at North do this kind of stuff, and I know Dessel's done things like this, and one of the things you want to always do is you're not just a football player, but how you act on the classroom and out in public. Those type things are recognized, and putting on a uniform is pretty special, and how you handle yourself in other scenarios as well is important. And again, this is something that definitely Coach Brixon looks for, doing things like this. So very nice article to be put in there, because sometimes that stuff doesn't get recognized.
Right, and it was a good thing to be recognized for those kinds of things. Some halftime stats, and Chris was wondering, why the yardage total was so low for Green Bay Southwest. I've got them for 140 yards rushing, 28 passing for a total of 168, which seems awfully low considering they rolled up pretty good chunks of yardage. But Matt Bacon I had him for minus 20 yards rushing. It probably would have been more than that, and that really ate into their total yards. They could have been close to 200 yards in the first half if it wasn't for that. North, on the other hand, was extremely low in their passing with only 79 yards, 55 rushing, 24 passing. North was 3 for 9. Southwest was 2 for 10 with 1 interception and a touchdown. I think the big play, Chris, in the first half was after North had kicked the field goal, and Southwest got it back, and Bastine runs 57 yards on the first play from scrimmage. That just changed the whole complexion of the game around.
Yeah, I think a couple of things I was looking at myself and at your stats. Bastine, what'd you say, at 128 yards on the ground. North had some opportunities. They got a fumble at the 5:59 mark of the first quarter inside of Southwest territory, and they just basically went nowhere, and they turned it over on downs.
Even that field goal, they had 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. And
yeah, I was going to say that was the next one. They took 6 minutes off the 6 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock. They drove down the field, and he came away with just a 19-yard field goal when you had the ball on the 2, and they got nothing out of that, and that's when obviously the first play from scrimmage was the 57-yard touchdown. Eigenberger got an interception, so he had a chance there. There was opportunities.
Yeah.
They just didn't seize the moment.
Opportunities lost, a good point. Before we go any further, Chris, quick mention, the North High Band put on an excellent performance at halftime, and there's a good reason for our fans to get out of the house and come to the ball game live, because there is something special. I mean, we can provide you some great pictures and excellent commentary, but you got to be at the game to truly appreciate all of the atmosphere and what goes into the game.
It is, and it's something to do on a Friday night, is to come out and support your local games here.
Yeah, get your fish fry, take it home and eat it, or eat out, and then head over to the local high school for high school football.
Yeah.
Onside kick by North. North coming in. They're going to get it? No! Oh, they had a shot at it at about the 35-yard line, and Eichenberger couldn't come up with it, and Southwest is going to get it at the 31. Oh, boy, that was a good play, Chris.
Very good play right out of the half, and, don't get too many chances where you get a chance to touch the ball on an onside kick.
I think when I was in high school, I think it was Oshkosh ran this kickoff where they'd bloop it up in the air, and then their guys would run down and try and catch, and really all you got to do is call a fair catch.
Yep.
Bastine up the middle, picks up a couple. Now I know when we had the game at South, we commented about how he didn't get the ball very much, but in that first half he carried the ball 12 times, which was a pretty good number considering the times that he had carried the ball on the South side.
Well, I know they first quarter, South's defense just stifled him, and then he ran for 250 yards. I'm like, oh, he's not so good.
Yeah, really.
After he had 300 yards against Dupier.
Second down and 9. Wide receivers wide to the right. Bacon under center. Fake handoff. Bacon looking deep. On
Get
a
it.
quick out. Catch is made by Jamin, and he's running up the sideline. He's still loose, and he gets knocked down at about the 40-yard line by Rios. But a good pass and catch that time.
Well, there was an opportunity for Ryan Eigenberger to make a play, and he went for the ball and missed it. Here you're going to see it. And Ike kind of patted himself there. Oh, I should have had that one. Watch him step in. Oh, and he slipped at the last minute. And big play for the Trojans.
27-yard fumble. I think it was Bacon covered it up in the backfield.
You know, you wonder why this team is 1-3. They have played some outstanding ball clubs, and they have played the heavyweights early on. Beat Manitowoc last week. I believe that score was 33-23. You know, as Marty mentioned early in the beginning of the show, they've been averaging 25 points a game. North, on the other hand, has just 55 on the season, plus 3 more.
Jamin in the slot, switching over to the other side is Champoul. Second back through. Bastine trying to get to the outside, slips 2 tackles, but not the 4th. Rios making the stop on Travis Bastine.
I like the defense. They looked like they wanted to do the right things there, Marty. They just couldn't, you know, get them. They showed good job of forcing them inside, which they did here. Turn them in, and just a couple blockers down there. Good play there by Lee Rios there. Julie Rios told me tonight that it's, I believe, so who was I going to say, Sam's birthday tonight from the team.
Mason is wide to the right side. Bastine the deep back. Fake handoff by Bacon. He's rushed hard. Rios putting pressure on him. The ball is intercepted. Making the interception for Sheboygan North was Christian Gonzalez on a nice play. Good pressure. Good defense all the way around on that one.
Here you're going to see him throw it up, and Gonzalez makes the play there. As I mentioned before, I mean, if I'm Coach Paul, I'm telling my offensive coordinator guy, we throw the ball too much. Right.
Well, I in some respects I agree with you, Chris, but I think by putting it up, you do loosen up the defense for the running game. It's kind of like with North, you got to keep running the ball. Like them, they got to pass it a little bit to set it up.
They've thrown too many already.
Gundrum on a fake handoff. Van Callaghan gets, oh, he's not sacked. And it's not Van Callaghan.
Tanner Dockery?
Number 22, Tanner Dockery on the scramble. And did they ever get him down? Is he running a quarterback spot, Chris?
Looks that way.
Ball is down inside of Southwest territory at the 47-yard line. 18-yard play by Dockery, makes it 1st and 10.
Now Tanner was the quarterback as a freshman.
It is Tanner Dockery under center. Fake handoff, he's gonna run a keeper, but he gets sacked in the backfield. Nice tackle made by Wyatt Tompkins.
I mean, Tanner came in, I remember when he was a freshman, he came in and everybody told me, oh, he can throw a ball about 50 yards in the air. Well, of course, being baseball coach, great. You know, wait till he comes out in spring. hopefully Tanner, he's thinking about coming out this spring. I hope he does, and does play some basketball as well for Coach Desatel.
Loss of 4 on the play. Second down, Dockery rolling. Rifles a shot to his wide receiver. Good pass and catch. Making the grab was Tommy Nonweiler.
No, I think that was Berger. Was it? I thought it was Bergerino on the
Yeah, it is
catch.
Bergerino, 35. You're right. That's why we got you up here, Chris. Third down and about 6. 8-yard pickup on the play. Dockery rolling again, looking. Now he takes it right up the middle. Misses one tackle, fumbles the ball. And is it Southwest? They're signaling they have it. And now the officials say they have it. So it is a fumble by North, and Southwest has it. Oh, that one hurts. Here you're going to get a good look at it again. He's trying to get the yardage, and then the helmet right on the ball is what knocked it loose, Chris.
Yeah, Steinfeld on the hit.
First down and 10, ball on the 39. Riding the fullback and gives it off to Steinfeld. Picks up about 3. Second down and 7. Into the ball game is Robert Arts, number 12. Bastine, the lone setback, he takes the pitch. He's got an opening, and not much. North closes the gap pretty quickly, and then we get a penalty on Southwest.
Andy Rozanowski, number 33, with the takedown, or as the officials are just going to call a hold. Lots of people in the house tonight.
Yeah, very good crowd for homecoming 2008.
Saw some T-shirts that said, you know, from 30-year class reunion or something that must be going on, or they have 30-year-old North High shirts. Class of 78 for those people that were born in the 90s. Most of these kids.
Where's that ball spotted? The 29-yard line?
28. Good play, misdirection.
Oh, making the catch was Jamin, I believe. Number 4, yes it was.
Well, anytime in high school where you can kind of try misdirection or flow in the opposite way or some type of screens, those are plays that sometimes can fool, you know, high school teams. North, I thought, did a very nice job on that, defending it, even though it was a great play call by Southwest. Got to credit the defense on that one. Sets up 3rd and long, Marty.
Yeah, Jamin with takes the lead in receptions for Southwest with 2, both of them on this drive. John Jamin. 3rd down and 8 or 9. Bacon back, looking, throws the out pattern over the head of the intended receiver. He was well covered by Connor Stengel.
That young man too, Mason. He's got to get more involved on that Southwest offense. Good coverage there by Stengel, number 3.
And a stop for the Raiders.
Yep. There's Coach Thompson, longtime coach here.
Used to teach out at Kohler.
Yep.
Back in the day. Kick is away. Bergerino coming up, makes the grab on about the 27, 28-yard line and gets it up just over the 30-yard line.
Hit by about 5 white shirts.
What was the blocking there? He's thinking, knock some of those guys off of me. I don't need to get hit by so many guys. All right, 1st and 10 North, ball on the 31. There's 5:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. North trails 21-3. They had closed it to 7-3 in the 2nd quarter, but that's as close as they've been. Gundrum trying to get away. It's hit at 35, pick up 4 yards on the play. He hasn't touched the ball much tonight.
Nope. Doctory still quarterback.
Well, one thing we found out is Doctory can throw the ball hard. Tight formation by North. Strickler a wing on the right. Blitz coming. Doctory swarmed. That blitzer came right through the middle. He didn't have a chance, and then all of a sudden somebody slipped through on the right side, and it was a loss. 3rd down and a bunch. Ball spotted on the 27-yard line. Loss of 8 on the play. Blitzing again is Steinfeld. Pass is caught. Nice fingertip catch made by Stengel. I think he's going to be just short of the 1st down.
Was a nice fingertip catch there by Stengel. Sets up 4th down and very short. They're going to ask for a measurement. But I think, Marty, you're right on here, and they're going to be about a half a foot short. 6 inches probably. Decision time for North. Oh, less than a half a foot. Let's call it 3 inches.
So a 14-yard pickup on the play, but it's going to be 4th and 1. Well, you might as well go for it. Bergerino in the backfield along with Gundrum and Anderson. Anderson in the middle. Doctory, quarterback sneak. Depends on which helmet you're looking at. It looks like he got it.
1st down.
Good push that time by the offensive line. I know I was critical of them in the 1st half, but that time they did the job. They got the push. Ball's going to be spotted on the 43. 1st and 10 for North. Clock running. 3:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Blitzer, oh.
That's got to be on Southwest. There's just no way.
Yeah, he was offside.
There's no way you can call this on North. There's no way. The guy moved because of the offside.
Yep. Good call, Mr. Wright.
You know, that's one of those, oh, they finally called my blitz call. Here I can go. Then you're go offside.
You will not be blitzing anymore tonight.
You know, it's just you wait for
Go
that.
to your room.
You wait for that call, you know, whatever, you know, your defensive call is for your blitz. You know, you wait for you to have that opportunity.
Bergerino is a wide out to the right side. Inside handoff to Gundrum. Gets stacked up just over the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play by Southwest.
Not a lot of area to run there, but Jacob McKnight getting up off the pile there. He's trying to push a little bit. The senior, number 70. Good shot of Brian Katowski. Unfortunately, Nick Katowski, we saw him get injured in the 1st game, North-South game. Hope he's doing okay. Hopefully he'll be back for some baseball.
Doctory back, slips as he throws, but he got the pass away, but it's way off the mark. Strickler made a move to the outside. Doctory thought he was going to the inside, hence an incomplete pass. That was Doctory's 1st incompletion of the quarter, I think, Chris. My stats are right. 3rd down and about 3 or 4.
14 possessions in the 1st half, 7 for each team. This is just the 4th here in the 2nd half.
Fake handoff, Doctory back, he's got time. Now he scrambles, he's got room to run. Can't get that first man to miss him though. Good tackle made in the open field by Alex Pop. That's Bryce's son.
First down. I'll tell you, North is just...
You know, he'd recognize right now. Go! You know, there's no indecision on his part. You know, he sees the opening. He's heading for the end zone.
And we've mentioned that about Southwest. They really over-pursue. They just send the house. Those are the types of things you got to recognize.
Pitch out to Gundrum. Tries to cut it back. 44 Strickler. He's going to get stopped at the 35. So pick up a 3.
Boy, they've had the ball a lot in this game. They had 14 minutes of time of possession, over 14 minutes in the first half. They've controlled the ball here in this third quarter, but they still trail by 18 points, Marty.
1:25 remaining in the third quarter. They need to get something here. Gundrum off tackle. Again, a pretty nice play made by Southwest. Steinfeld on the tackle that time, but Gundrum did get positive yardage. Ball spotted on the 32, pick up a 3. Big third down play, Chris, although they're going to be going for it on fourth down just about all the time now. Strickler and Anderson in the backfield. Hand off to Anderson, trying to bounce it to the outside. Got a little bit of running room. I believe he's got enough for the first down.
Good play call by Coach Brixton. Switching it up a little bit.
Keeping the running backs fresh. Boy, Anderson looks just like Walter Payton at 34. 35 seconds remaining. Ball spotted on the 28-yard line. Pick up a 4 by Robert. Anderson still in the backfield. Fake handoff to him. Dockery looking, firing deep. He's got a receiver out there, Lewis, who can't make the catch. And the defender out there almost made it, had a good shot at it, had good concentration but was just not able to gather it in and catch a number of that.
31.
Kid. 31. Making a good try. That was Ben Arvis.
Yeah, Ben Arvis was right there, and he had 2 or 3 chances to get that one.
Those are the kind you dream about, you know, and you wake up like, why didn't I catch that one?
Yeah.
Anyway. Dockery, quarterback in the second half. Double reverse, Gundrum. He's got room, good blocking on the corner, but then a good tackle made. And Chris says there's a penalty. It looks like it's going to be holding on North.
Boy, he could have cut that upfield too. Instead he hurdled that man. Doesn't matter because of the hold. And that'll be the end.
0.7 seconds remaining.
That'll be the end of the third quarter, Marty.
.29-yard line. That was actually a loss of a yard on the play. So marked the penalty from the spot of the infraction. That's the end of the third quarter. They wind it. Coach Brixton asking about that.
You get a bonus play, I believe, at the end of the quarter because of the time. So
they call it
I was
an
wrong.
Untimed play.
Correct, I was wrong on that.
It's second down and about 21. Ball spotted on the 39. Dockery looking, gets some good blocking up front.
Got an opening.
Yeah, he didn't have enough mustard on it. It looked like a receiver was open out there, but pretty good defense by Southwest again. And that is the end of the quarter. After 3 quarters of play, Southwest on top, 21-3.
just close my eyes and I'm with you, and all that I so wanna give you, it's only a
You don't have to be a hero to be a hero. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Pop quiz for you. In what movie did I play a gang leader struggling in school? Who was my teacher? What did I learn in math class? Oh, and here's one about you. What did your kid learn in math class today?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
Back at North High School, where the Southwest Trojans lead at 21-3. In the quarter, North had 58 yards, 36 on the ground, 22 in the air. Southwest only 5 yards rushing, Chris, and 44 yards passing. The big play was a 27-yarder to Jamin. And we start fourth quarter action. It's third down and 21 to go. Ball still on the 39-yard line.
Good.
Dockery way back, middle screen. Southwest mixing a couple tackles.
Stengel
on the carry, on the catch rather. Got it pretty deep, but it's going to be fourth down.
Good play call again. Oh, they're going to give him a first down, Marty. No, fourth down, you're right. Fourth and about 5. Great play call there by Coach Brixton. Once here, you'll see it. Just line up the middle screen here. Over pursuing Southwest guys. Good blocking downfield by the boys. Stengel gets some positive yardage. That's Jake Stengel.
It's going to be 4th and 6. Dockery looking, has a little bit of time. Now he's scrambling. He's not going to get it, I don't think. He's hit and dropped. Making the main contact was Jordan Hoftild. You forgot how it
Halt Hofter Hyde.
Hofter Tide.
Yep, that's it.
Close enough.
Well, 6 minutes, Marty.
And nothing to show for it.
Yep, and like I said, they had the ball for over 7 minutes again in the third quarter. North did. They've had the ball for over 22 minutes compared to just, let's say, 14 for Southwest. But
new quarterback, Chris, Justin Malloy. We saw a lot of him at South. And I think Bacon may have gotten hurt during that game, and they brought in Malloy.
Well, this is what we're going to see now.
Bastian slipping 2 tackles, got to the outside. He's off to the races. He might go. Down to the 40, the 30, 20, 10, touchdown. 79 yards. Oh, man. They had shots at him. That's just poor tackling in my estimation.
That's twice tonight on the first carry.
There you're going to see 1, 2. Well, 2 guys missed him. That's all it took. Guys quick. Can't let him get to the outside. He only had 7 yards in the last quarter. And now he has 86 in the half. Mason's extra point is good. 28-3. 11:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. That kick was no good. Chris says it doesn't matter.
I didn't say that.
Don't be so cynical. Well, he's got 214 yards. Hey, Kerry, can we get a replay of that extra point? See if Wagner's awake above us. He might have missed that extra point.
I guess he did miss it.
I don't know, it's on the official score sheet down here in the booth.
(27-3).
Officially.
We saw some good things by the offense on a couple drives, but you got to get some points.
Yeah, they grounded out pretty good, Chris. I agree with you.
2 big plays.
Doctory's added something to the offense. A little more decisive in his decision making. Mason trying to make a comeback from that missed extra point. A short kick taken by Bergerino at the 20. He's up to the 30 and gets it outside the 35 to about the 36. It'll be 1st and 10 North. Chris, they're not going to win this ball game, but you had mentioned, they're doing some things, better on offense. So you got to build, and hopefully pick up a win or two before the end of the season, get something positive rolling. Doctory on a handoff. I think we got a new running back in there, Chris. Kenneth Diener, number 25. Now that is a great number. I thought they wouldn't have retired that number after I left. Pick up a 3 yards by Diener. Inside handoff to Gundrum. Not much there. Third down. Give Gundrum a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 5. I can't believe I just give out yards indiscriminately. We'll give it to the running backs. I'm not so sure about the quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, those are a little bit more difficult because most of the time it goes backwards.
No, it's because they're the quarterback.
Oh.
Doctory looking now, he tucks it under. Ooh, he picks up a little bit of a block from Gundrum and is able to slip up over the 45. It's going to be close to a 1st down.
Gundrum's just a junior. Doctory's a junior. DVC's just a junior.
Official timeout for a measurement. We got Eric Wiesman on the top camera giving you that shot. Brian Andrews is on the field camera. Kerry Kautzer spinning the dials in the truck. My partner is Chris Wright. I'm Mike Martin, and we're more than pleased to bring this ball game to you. We actually missed not doing a game last week.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, it was.
We talked about that, and hopefully next year to
Did we mention how stupid the conference schedule is?
Hey, you should hear. Show you out another one to you, Marty. For baseball, they decided this year for varsity games that they're going to play 22 varsity games, but they didn't want as many JV games. So what they decided to do is they cut 3 games. But you know what 3 games they cut? The 3 days you're playing double headers. So the JV team has to travel anyways. Play
why
one
don't you
game.
Just go with the varsity on the same
Then
bus?
play the 2. Why don't you cancel a different game? I mean, why would you take one of the games out when they have to travel on the bus anyways, and you have to be there all day on a Saturday anyways?
Yeah.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Sometimes I just think and wonder what's going on.
Gundrum running hard, gets up to about the 48-yard line of Green Bay Southwest. A good chunky yardage there by the North High running back.
Did you mention next
Brennan.
week we'll be at Stockbridge Kohler?
Well, we'll be at Kohler covering.
Yeah.
Just giving you a hard time, Chris.
Well, at that game, the Stockbridge Kohler game, and Kohler Lutheran.
Chris thinks he might have an opportunity to do an interview after the game at that one.
That Stockbridge team is struggling, but we saw Kohler pick up a win this year. Hopefully they can, Kohler Lutheran will catch another one there too. That's both teams looking for their first conference victory.
Strickler pounding down, gets knocked down at the 45, picks up about 3.
We were undefeated going into tonight, 3-0.
That's right, we were.
And North, we did our part. We came here for, bringing our win streak here. By the way, I know Marty's a big Cub fan, but this weekend I hope he
Yeah.
Lets our Brewers win since his Cubbies are in already as it is.
I'll tell you, they really blew it for the Brewers last night with that. Was it a 4-run lead, and they wound up losing
6-3, and they gave up 4. Yep, Here comes the Southwest Blitz again. Nice call.
Oh, right up the middle. First back through. Bergerino on the carry. Got it. First down.
Joe's not going to scare you with his speed or anything, but a couple weeks ago he had a nice 22-yard run against Pulaski. He's more of a, run forward and run hard. He just tucks it under and gets as much as he can.
Strickler in motion. Fake handoff to him. Dockery has it. Throws a bullet. Nice fingertip catch made by Brennan Gundrum. Man alive. Let's see that one again, Kerry. Took it right off the tip of the grass.
Nice route run, too, there. Another good play call by the North offense. We've seen him move the ball down the field. They just can't get it in. He just spins off.
Watch his hand. It's hard to see, but, man, he scooped her right up. That was an 8-yard completion. Second down and 2.
We've seen a lot of movement by the offense. They just can't get it into the end zone.
We're going to have illegal procedure on North, I believe.
This one you're going to call on the yellows.
Yeah. Dockery, it looked like, moved a little bit from his quarterback position.
North will have an interesting choice here. You got DVC, he's a sophomore. You got Tanner, a junior. 2 outstanding athletes. You're going to have to make a choice on what you're going to do next year and for the remainder of the season. Saw a lot of good things out of Derek, but we're seeing a lot of nice things out of Tanner, too. And again, you have 2 very gifted athletes, and you had Ryan Eigenberger, who was the quarterback last year, was in the mix, who's now moved to defense and kind of a specialty guy.
Fake handoff, Dockery keeps it.
Nice play again.
Throwback, Gundrum, is crushed, but he made the catch. Hopefully he's okay.
Just hung it too much.
Yeah, and it's not going to be much of a gain either, maybe 1 yard on that catch.
What you're trying to do is sell it to the opposite side and then throwback pass, which is not a bad play call, but the ball hung so far that the Trojans could react. Wow. And that's one of those, like we've mentioned in the past, Marty, that someone can get hurt.
Yeah.
Who was it we saw a couple weeks ago at South when Risto hung that one for
who was
Sager?
That
was that Sager that took one?
Yeah, it might have been the running back.
Look out.
Ooh, trying to go. A little too much pressure. Sack is made by Wyatt Tompkins, and I remember we called his name earlier. He's had a pretty nice game on the defensive end. Lost of 6 that time. It's going to be 4th down. Might as well go for it, right, Chris?
Moving down the field again here, and
well, they were.
And then the penalty stopped it.
Timeout by North. It's going to be 4th and 12 with 5:40 remaining in the ball game. Again, the score is 27-3, Green Bay Southwest.
The United Church of Christ. No matter who you are or where you are in life's journey, you're welcome here.
Timeout. Okay. Separation of church and state. This is a public school game. Anyway, after next Friday's Stockbridge at Kohler game, then we got Pulaski at South. That was a key win for North a couple weeks ago. Hopefully that's a winnable game for South. And then East is at North on the 12th, and we finish out our broadcast football season with Concordia at Lakeland, and Lakeland has been struggling this year.
Hopefully.
Dockery wheels it. Short. Catch is made by Southwest. Boom! The interceptor got nailed, making that fine interception was a kid that's not on the program, number 28.
Well, Taylor Coulter's been waiting to make a hit all year, and he made a good hit. He got up, and then all of a sudden he fell down. I hope he's all right.
Well,
he made the initial hit, and I saw him stand up, but then all of a sudden he fell down again. Here you're going to see it.
That was not a really very good pass attempt, Chris. He just tried to wheel it as far as he could. Wasn't really paying attention to...
So you see him stand up there, and then down he goes.
Yeah, good point. Wow. Didn't notice that.
Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, Dockery is actually 4 for 4 in the quarter, Chris. 3 of them to his team and 1 to their team. It's going to be 1st and 10, Southwest on the north high side of the field at the 48.
Do I need to mention that's the another 5-minute drive, almost 6-minute drive for nothing.
That young man is still down.
Yep.
I know we were at the game the other week when Brent Jacobs of Sheboygan South went down. He's out for the season, and really a nice kid, a valuable member of the team, and put a lot of work in the offseason, then to have something like that happen. I mean, that really stinks.
Yep. Yeah, that is really bad for...
Tyler Coulter is the young man down, being tended to by Chris Lenz.
I know, I talked to Coach Hine. He was over at the Youth Football League game the other day. And nice picture there by Brian.
Yep, getting down and dirty on that one. Actually on one knee.
Taylor's gonna sit down here for a second. Played some baseball for us too. Looking like he's gonna be okay. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully that's all it is.
And Chris Lenz looking at him.
First back through. Malloy quarterbacking, hands it off.
That was Rozanowski there, I believe, 33, Marty.
Okay. Thank you. Well, gain of 4. It's only the second play of the quarter for Southwest, Chris.
Well,
that running back getting right through the middle. Almost took it to the house. That was Brendan Revelinski, number 30.
I don't think we're going to see Bastine anymore today. How many yards did he end up with, Marty? 186?
No, he was over 200.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep, 128 plus 80-something.
90, yeah, 86 I think it was.
So unofficially about 214 yards.
Yep, he was a man again tonight.
Which will put him over.
He had a 57-yard run and a 79-yard run.
So he'll be over 1,000 on the season.
Here he had 7 in that quarter. 7 and 79 is 86. 86 and 128.
214.
Yeah, you're trying a lot. Why aren't you doing the stats? I struggle with these numbers sometimes.
Gives him 1,008 yards in 5 games.
I don't think I had 1,000 yards in my career here at North. Up the middle with the big running back, Roznowski. We're going Polish. There's a penalty before on Southwest. That would have made it 1st and 15. Roznowski on the carry. 3:45 remaining in the ball game. Makes it 2nd down and 13, pardon me. Running backs getting down near the 20-yard line.
Seinfeld again?
Yeah, I think it was 30. They
You're
got
right.
him in there. Ravlinsky, Brandon. Good run by that young man.
Yeah, we'll be back here October 23rd, Green Bay East. They haven't won a ball game yet this year. A once proud group there. Boy, how the years have changed from west and east to now the suburb schools have all taken over.
Run up the middle. Oop, stop fighting, boys. It's only a game.
Green Bay Notre Dame
down to the 19.
Doing very well. They're on a roll.
Yeah, they're back pretty spry.
Yeah, after
they were down for a year or two.
Yep. Coach Nowak's got a nice program there.
Southwest content to keep it on the ground. Oop. Good tackle.
Yeah, number 62, Lucas Raleigh. I know there's some different numbers in there and different names, so we'll try to get some of those young men's name in there mentioned. Those young men's names mentioned.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
I taught all day today. School.
Taught school.
Doesn't understand about my English.
All right, we got a timeout by North with 2:07 remaining. There you see Trevor Tagle talking to the troops. And
there's Taylor. They went kind of through the concussion things with him. I was watching Chris Lenz, the athletic trainer, out here. Just making sure that everything's okay with him.
Going to be second down and about 11. Ball on the 21-yard line. Once more, a great job by the crew. Kerry Kautzer spinning the dials in the truck, bringing us all those great replays. Unfortunately, Southwest got most of the replay attention. Eric Weisman and Brian Andrews on the cameras. Oh, man. Right up the middle.
It's nothing fancy. They're not.
Ravlinsky, yeah, you're right. I mean, just pounding away. Yeah, I think they'd be content not to score, but North isn't offering them enough resistance. I mean, they're just, take her down the field, 7 yards here, 7 yards there. That was a 7-yard pickup. That young man's got 19 yards and 2 carries and another timeout by North. I think what Trevor is trying to do is get him to do a better job on defense. Second down and about 3 yards to go. We changed it, Chris. I gave him 8 instead of 7. I'm such a nice guy.
Be interesting to see if Southwest grabs enough victories to get in the playoffs. That tailback, you never know, and their aggressive defense.
A little pitch out, and he's going to walk right into the end zone. Man alive. Brandon Ravlinsky scores from about 11 yards out for the touchdown. Jeez. They're going to run the ball and play hard, but the defense for North that's out there has to do a better job. TD run.
New kicker here, Eric DeWitt, I believe. Let's let him give a chance, and he made it.
He kicked it a long ways, too. Extra point is good with 1:56 remaining in the ball game. Southwest on top, 34-3.
Well, the one good thing is all the clapping's gone, Marty.
I'd rather have a win, but you're right. Here, I think I got something in my bag, Chris. You remember this from a few years ago? Listen to this, fans. Remember those from South?
Yep.
Still got that in my bag. That's in case you ever doze off on me.
The clickers, so those were...
Here you're going to see that touchdown run again. Pretty good blocking up front. Another good kick-out block by the running back that opened up the way. Good replay carry. Actually, you know what I think happened in the truck with Kerry? He bumped the dial. And we got a replay. Isn't that amazing how that happens by accident? Gundrum is the deep man. Another shot. Whoa, that guy kicked it hard too. Taken at about the 2. Gundrum fumbled it but picks it up at the 5. And he gets tackled out near the 20, just over the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 North. Is Doctor, he's still at the quarterback spot there, huh? Chris, number 22, right? Yeah, he's still in there. Bergerino in the backfield along with Gundrum.
You value victories. Southwest earned one tonight. You only get 9 in high school. You work very hard for all those. Nice catch.
Good grab made out there by Anderson.
No, Andrew Malo, I think, wasn't it? 84.
Yeah, 84, you're right.
Good catch.
North on the hurry up.
Defender fell down, and he fell over the top of him. Good catch by Andrew.
Ball is spotted on the 37. 15-yard pickup on that play.
Trying to get a touchdown here on homecoming.
Whoa.
New white shirts out there, a lot of them out there.
That pass is incomplete.
For Coach Pop, good job getting some of those guys in there.
Yeah, that was a really nice catch, you know, by that kid before that because he was falling over the guy as he was trying to make the grab, and he did. Thought I heard one of those clickers again.
I did too.
Doctory back looking. Oh, he's rushed, forced out of the pocket. Oh, yeah. Great coverage on the receiver. I don't know where he was throwing. It was would have been a hard one to complete.
I think they're going to get a hold here on Joe Bergerino. I saw him go down, and he was supposed to be in a pass pattern, and someone basically just tackled him.
Holding on, you're right, Southwest. Good call, Chris.
Well, I was wondering why Bergerino was tackled when he's trying to go out in a pass pattern, because he got kind of hogtied there.
1:25 remaining. Again, the score 34-3. Southwest on top. Ball moved all the way up to the 48-yard line. It's 1st and 10. North trying to get a score before the end of the ball game. Fake handoff, new quarterback in the game, Chris. That pass is incomplete. Making that throw was Ryan Eigenberger. To my knowledge, at least the times we've been here, that's Eigenberger's first.
That's Judge Stengel right there. 2 boys out there playing. Connor and Jake. We saw Jake make a nice catch.
2nd down and 10. Fake handoff. Eigenberger flushed out of the pocket, and good speed throw shown by that defender. Making a good grab, or pardon me, a good tackle out there was Alex Kurth, and he's quick.
And DVC and Tanner Doctor, you're going, you know what, Ryan? You can run for your life too at that quarterback spot.
sacked again, back to the 38. Loss of 5. You know what, in a way, doesn't make sense to me, Chris, is that they're running play-action passes. You know, when they're just teeing off and rushing, I mean, they're not going to fall for a fake handoff.
You know, that's one of those, you practice, 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 this is the play, and he did twice there, you know.
Good blocking. Eigenberger has a man open. Can't quite get it to him, though. The intended receiver was Tommy Nineweller.
Yeah, you know, you're instructed this is the play, so I have to play action pass. You know, that's what I do on this play. And you're right about the call, but that'll be our ball game.
21.3 seconds remaining there. You see Steve Brixon not happy with the results, obviously, and in some respects, Chris, I don't think they really played that well. He showed a little bit on offense in the second half, even though they didn't put any points on the board. But
they had a lot of drives. They just didn't come out with any points, and had some chances early, like you said, Marty, and just didn't come about. Doesn't get any easier for North because they travel to Notre Dame next week. Then they have Bayport here.
And a kneel down, that'll be the ball game.
And De Pere, so they got 3 tough ones ahead of them, and back to work on Monday.
And that's going to do it for our ball game. We gave credit to the crew a couple of times, but we do want to tell them that they did a really great job. And my partner Chris Wright, another great job by you with the analysis. Homecoming 2008, not a very pleasant experience, at least from the football field. But North will get better, and they have other things to hang their hat on, being good young gentlemen. And that's going to do it here from Urban Field at North High School. One more time, Southwest the winner, 34-3. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.